Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome to a new series here on the channel. This is a really exciting game for me. I absolutely did really love Dragon's Dogma 1, which I did try to make a series about, but didn't quite happen. But very excited for the second one. I have played a little bit of it because I just couldn't wait. But yeah, I've always been really excited for a second Dragon's Dogma because the first one, it's just like I played it on the Xbox 360, so that tells you how kind of old that game really was. And a newer version of it was always super exciting for me. Mostly boils down to just the combat and the types of creatures that you get to fight. I think it's super kind of a unique style, and I do really love it. So without further ado, let's jump on in and welcome to Dragon's Dogma 2. Conviction is the human will that reaches its greatest power. Already looks just so good, especially compared to the first one.
Honored guests, lend me your ears. Long has our Fevrimon suffered, without a true monarch to guide her and her people. Decades have passed since last His Majesty Erland sat atop the Draken throne. Long have we endured, yet it has not been for naught. At last, the bell has tolled on the age of the Consul. At last, we may celebrate the coming of our rightful ruler. The return of the Sovereign.
My word! Such an inspiring visage.
Your Majesty shall have my eternal fealty.
Your Majesty, oh how long I have awaited this moment.
So it would appear that we play as the king in this one, or Majesty, Queen, King, whichever you choose. Interesting take compared to the first one.
Behold, before you sits the rightful inheritor of the Draken throne, chosen by the dragon as its enemy. Behold and rejoice! Fortune has delivered us our savior at last! At last! Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. All hail the Sovereign! All hail! Let all present pledge their allegiance to the Sovereign. Let us be united in the hope that our liege's reign will ne'er end. Long live the Sovereign of Vermont! Long live the Sovereign!
Oh.
Arisen. Thou who wouldst slay the dragon. If thou seekest to behold this world in its true aspect, abandon thy reason. Cast aside thine heart and thy life both. I ask thee to demonstrate thy will. For naught but thine ambition can alter the course of the rivers of fate.
Excavation site. dual staff.
Now, which one of you was it? No need to be shy. I've just got to take down a record of your name and face. Come on, step forward.
Alright, so definitely a little bit of a interesting take. As I said, I did play this before. I have played this a little bit, sorry. And yeah, a little bit different, playing as like a sovereign instead of, obviously in the first one you start out as just a lowly fisher, fisher villager, and the dragon chooses you, and then you become the Arisen. And in this one, it seems that the Arisen is labeled as a king of, or majesty, sovereign of Vermont. So another interesting thing about this game, I always think, is the language they use, the whole lies and the knots and stuff. I think it's kind of a cool and an interesting take. So looks like we are a prisoner, so we got poisoned and transferred to a prisoner cell is kind of what it looks like. That, or it was... No, the dragon referenced us as an Arisen when we were the Sovereign, so it must be the same person, because you play as the Arisen, so... Looks like we get to pick our characters, so they've got a couple of presets here, which is kind of cool, so I'm gonna definitely create my own. Alright, you can choose body type and a race in this game, and I think that's pretty cool. Even in the first one, you could kind of play as like an elf if you wanted to. You're never given the elf race in the game, but you can do the whole pointed ears and everything. But they introduced like a feline race in this game. I think they're just called like Bestians or something like that. And I think that that's definitely pretty cool, but I do think we are just going to go for a typical human male. So you can see lots of presets, you can do lots of different body types and stuff. The customization for this game is a fair bit better than in the first one, which is really exciting. Kind of weird though, I know that they released like the demo to this game that you could play for free, and it was literally just character customization, so kind of a big letdown for a lot of people. So yeah, all kinds of like presets that you can go through and pick, and then you can obviously sculpt and all that. You can make a seriously old person. There's a part of me that's always wanted to make like an old person for some reason. I don't know. So anyways, I'll cycle through this. I won't bore you guys too much with the details. Alright, so here we go. We got our character built up here. So this is kind of the trickier part of this game, is picking your vocation. This game doesn't play like other kind of role-playing adventure medieval games. When you pick a class, you kind of have to... You get locked into the set of weapons. Like, you can't be a fighter and use a bow, kind of like, in Skyrim or... other big kind of games like that. It's kind of same with the mage, like, and there's no rolling to get like out of cover and stuff, so the combat can get kind of tricky, so when you pick stuff. But the thing is that you can change your vocation kind of at any time when you go to inns and stuff. That's been since the first game. The biggest change with Dragon Dogma 2 is that they've split the archer class into two. Because in the first one, it was just a striker class, I believe, and you were an archer, but you carried two daggers, so you could switch between ranged combat and melee combat, which was cool. So I'm surprised that they switched it into two classes. I don't know if that was a good choice or not. I haven't tried out the thief class yet. The mage class is tricky. It's a vital role because it heals your party and then you don't have to carry health potions and stuff around. And in the game, you get kind of like a wear down bar. So like you take too much damage, your health will not regenerate back up to the full 100%. It will cap out. If you've taken too much, the main health bar just kind of keeps getting lower. So the mage can help you prolong that from going too far down, and then you just rest at inns or, sleep for the night, and then that can restore you back up to that 100%. So a mage role is very important, but unfortunately to play as, I think it can be a little bit boring, especially early on when there isn't a whole lot. Like, you don't have access to all the awesome spells and stuff. I think I've seen some of the magic in the game, and some of the magic is absolutely astonishing. So a mage class would be really cool. We can try that out later if we want. I actually found that the archer class was pretty vital in this game when you're fighting harpies and other kind of flying enemies. And at first, it was an incredibly kind of boring class to get into as well, because all you can really do is stand there and shoot arrows, and you just do your best to stay out of the way. But the last time I kind of tried this out and stuff, I got a couple of good abilities, and it can be rather enjoyable. I'm not too sure if I want to go with the archer class, because as far as entertainment goes, the fighter class is definitely like the top tier, and they introduced some kind of cool fighting techniques and stuff you can do that they didn't have in the first one, which makes it a lot of fun. Plus it's the only class that gets the ability to block, so it can be really nice. But I did really enjoy the archer class. The biggest reason I would pick the archer class again is, one, it was a lot of fun once I got into it. Two, you get special kind of core abilities that can transfer from class to class, and the archer gets a really big stamina boost, which can help the fighter a lot, using less stamina. But I think for this, I think I might go archer, and I'm going to use my main pawn is going to be the fighter, and then when we both kind of reach max vocation rank, I think I'm gonna swap us around so we can get a little bit of taste for both, and then maybe we'll do a mage. I'm really excited to see the mixed classes. In the first one they had introduced, there was like a magic knight, the mystic warrior, I think. They had a big huge temple, like big huge tower shield, and they could use magic at the same time. It was pretty cool. They did a magic archer, which was trickier to use. And then they did an assassin class, which I think was archer mixed with the warrior class. So I'm curious to see which ones they go with in this one, if they're the same or if it changed them, because I haven't seen yet. So, but yeah, so without further ado...
I ill like that look in your eyes. 'Tis queerly brazen for a pawn. Most of your kind have eyes blank as a cadaver's. Mayhap 'tis only natural, seeing as how you rise from the dead.
Well, I'm not a pawn, actually.
There's aught different about you, though. Could it be that you fear death just as we mortals do? Worry not, vessel. 3 days here, and you'll be longing for death's sweet embrace. Come along, you feckless dullards.
So mean. Alright, one or more add-ons, we'll gain access to them as you progress through the game. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna get out of prison here. Yeah, you can kind of see what I mean. The language in this game is kind of interesting. I'm curious if that's how, like, people actually talked in this era, or if it was just kind of a choice that they chose for Dragon Dogma. It can be hard to follow sometimes. Oh, there's one of those beastie guys. Look at him, he looks beastie. Literally. So here is the excavation site. That looks reptilian, doesn't it? Oh man, the graphics in this game look pretty stunning, I gotta say. I'm really impressed.
What do you think you're up to, layabout? Get a move on!
Well, I don't really want to work. I'm supposed to be your king, aren't I? Of course, I don't know if I actually know that or not. But it sounds like the Arisen is supposed to be the king.
Do your injuries pain you? Pray, do not overexert yourself.
I gotta admit, this was kind of exciting to see for the first time. If you haven't played Dragon Dogma 1, obviously it doesn't mean too much to you, and I don't remember how far I got through in my original playthrough, but Rook was the first pawn you got in the first game as well, so it was cool to see him again, because pawns are limitless in life, right? So it stands to reason that he is still kicking about, doing his thing.
This is no place for one of your ilk. 'Tis harsh beyond measure. Even we pawns are pushed to the brink.
Yeah, he immediately recognizes me as not a pawn.
You ought not anger the Overseer. Let us proceed to the site.
But I want to anger him. Oh, we're jogging. Alright. A little bit faster movement.
First assess the field, then
Rook, what are you doing, man? You're slow. You're gonna be the one anchoring the Overseer. I'm gonna do just fine.
Time for you to get to work.
I don't really want to, though. That sounds like something I'm not interested in. Pick up a boulder.
You are prepared to work. Then you ought begin by carrying stones out from the station in the back and bringing them here.
Alright. Order me around like that. That's just rude. So, this is kind of nice. I think the lantern is easier to access than it was in the first game, which is really nice. It's actually a pretty big importance. So, I like that you can pick up objects, because you can use these as weapons against big enemies and stuff, or even small enemies if you really want to. I've never really utilized it, but I think it's cool to be able to just grab stuff. Because you can grab enemies and your allies as well.
A job well done. Now the next step is to...
Ooh. What is going on
What is
over
this
there?
commotion? Perhaps we ought to investigate.
Or we could use this time to get out of here. What do you say? Is that a good plan? I like that plan. In the commotion, we could get out of here. Sounds nasty. Oh, look at that. I do believe this game calls this Medusa,
No.
which I always thought Medusa was a little bit more human.
Even at the cost of your lives.
I'm surprised the pawns listen to him. I wonder if it has to do with his staff. Oh, look at her. She's just all sorts of nasty looking. Oh, some weapons?
Get me out of here! Now!
Yeah, because no one is supposed to be able to command the Arisen, or the pawns. Only the Arisen, right? So... Oh, can we take up our bow? Bow's kind of interesting looking in this game. Alright. So we can just kind of quick fire like this. Like I said, it's not the most exciting style at the moment. And then I've got a steady shot, so now you can actively aim. This is pretty important. And then you've got your special ability. So I got barrage shots. That lets me fire 3, 2.
Counter them with a well-aimed kick.
Oh, Rook, you're floating.
Boulders, barrels, and the like can make effective weapons for the clever combatant.
Oh, cool. So I was shooting at her head, so now my quick loose does that. So there you go. Take that, Medusa. Get out of here. Got some arrows sticking in her. The movement in this part looks a little janky. It's kind of like cocked off to the side.
Are you unharmed?
Consane!
You ought flee while you can. After all, your charge awaits you.
Who
You
is
cannot
this?
linger in this place forever. You have lost your memories. 'Tis surely the work of a fell curse, but worry not. You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Oh, it's the Awakening Rook.
Damn it. The accursed creature escaped.
Oh, you! Get back here!
No.
This way, Arisen!
So there we go.
Come this
He's
way. Let us flee.
he's referring to us as the Arisen now, so I feel like that guy opened his eyes or something. Like, I'm not too sure how that all works.
Jump. It is the only path.
Just jump right off this cliff. Don't mind me. But look at that sun and water in the distance. Looks so good.
No one could survive a fall from this height. Not even a pawn. Don't just stand there! Shoot it down!
Yes, shoot at the griffin. That's a great idea. Yes. And there we are riding on its back.
Getting away! Bring it down! Bring it down!
Go now, lost soul. And learn all you can of this world you must protect.
I gotta say, I'm kind of curious why the griffin is here to help us. I also find interesting this title calls it Dragon's Dogma instead of Dragon's Dogma 2. It can be kind of confusing, I guess, if you think now that this is the first one because of that title. In Dragon Dogma 1, I don't remember fighting griffins too much. I don't remember how tough they were. In the first one, your big fight is a chimera. You fight a chimera, which goes relatively well if you kind of know what you're doing. And then you fight a hydra when you get to your first camp. So that's kind of the beginning of the game. So here we fight Medusa, so it kind of reminds me of a snake and snake kind of beginning of the game. But getting to ride the griffin, that's rather cool. Oh, I'm gonna shoot us right out of the sky. Oh. Shoot down our ride, man. That wasn't hurting nobody. That was just rude. Game looks so good. Oh, look at him over there. It's sad. Are we dead?
Great! Keep your distance, Arisen! Worry not for me. The brine may swallow me whole, but I will not perish. There is a stone not far from here, known as a Rift Stone. Pray, seek it out. If you're truly the Arisen, then our paths will surely cross again.
Poor Rook, taken by the brine.
Oi! Are you alright? What happened here?
You shot me out of the sky. That's what happened, man. Come on.
A griffin appears one moment and falls the next. And now you stand before me.
Yeah, well, I'd probably still be flying if you guys hadn't have shot me.
Was it you then? The one who was riding on its back?
Oh, so you saw me and shot anyways. That's just rude.
It is a wonder you survived. Accompany me to the stronghold. We'll treat your wounds and hear your story.
We tried to kill you. Now we'll heal you. Our bad. Poor Rook. I'm sorry, Rook. Look at that. Look at, like, that beak. Like, it's like trying to develop teeth through its beak. Look at the feathers and stuff. Oh man, that harpoon is just in there. Such a cool creature. Griffins are really cool.
A single bolt from a ballista. And well aimed at that. Must be one of Ser Linnet's from out of Melve.
It definitely very well placed, especially when you kind of consider how hard it would be to hit something that would move that fast.
Who knew there'd be a cavern round here?
Alright, well, I'll leave you boys to it. I'm supposed to go get some healings. So, here we go. Oh, man. Oh, I love this. I love the graphics. It's so nice to get to play something so beautiful.
Where exactly is this jail you say you escaped from?
Yes.
I've never heard of such a place.
No?
There's certainly naught like that here in Vermont. Could it be you were held in the neighboring country of Batal?
Oh, we're in a different country.
That's unlikely. We've been estranged from Batal ever since the war. It is difficult to imagine any citizen of Vermont being sent there.
Oh, so maybe not? Alright.
Fine! Goblins! Let's take up your weapons, sir. You'll be needing it.
First chance at some goblins here.
If you find your strength flagging, imbibe a curative or have a bit of green warish. When one of the fiends comes for you, best guard or dodge.
Haha, right
else
out
you'll
of
be
the
sore on the
sky.
morrow.
Look at that. Good job,
There are
man.
oft items to be scavenged from the bodies of monsters and their ilk. If you're not squeamish about picking at their bones, that is.
Well, I'm not exactly squeamish about picking through their bones. I just don't really feel like it right now.
I'm not, and I count that a blessing.
Oh.
All I know for sure is that 'tis a beast ever more fierce than a griffin. One need only
These shield guys are kind of irritating. Let's do a double shot.
We can but hope that the Sovereign will rid us of it ere long.
Nice clean headshot. Nice, nice. Ooh, green wash. Green warish, sorry. I always say wash. Good healing item.
Welcome, Arisen. We pawns have long awaited your arrival.
What is this? Pawns? They bend the knee to you so readily, but then... No. Surely you cannot be the Arisen.
You seek the Riftstone, do you not? We can take you to it. Pray, come this way.
See, now that's how pawns treat the Arisen, right? So
Before you stands a Riftstone. Tis a gate by which we of the Pawn Legion may cross o'er into this world. Pray, summon your pawn. Simply paint with your mind's eye the loyal attendant whom you would have serve you.
Alright, and this is where we get to pick our main pawn, who we can choose their vocation, their skills, and all that, and then, just like in the first one, and then you get the ability to pick up 2 random pawns, somebody else's pawns that they've created, or ones that have been put into the game. So we are gonna create our own little pawn buddy here. Alright, so here we go. We have our pawn kind of best friend thing going on here. I've modeled him after my own best friend just because I think it's awesome to be able to do that. They've even got this calm kind of trait about him, and it says rational, shrewd, and strategizing. A pawn characterized by caution, favors defense and evasion, employing clever tactics to survive at all costs. And I kind of feel like that's like very much my friend. So it's kind of a shout out to him. So hope he enjoys that I threw him into the game here. So I gave him, he always had, when we were kind of like in high school and stuff like that, when he was growing his beard out and all that, it was always scraggly, and not like scraggly, but he never like kept up with it, so it always did this kind of like fluff out thing. So I'm like, this is totally his beard. So it made me laugh, and he's always kind of gone with like super short hair, so I went with a nice kind of like close shaved look and stuff like that. So anyways, this is him. So let's carry on here. Hey, man.
Pawns are oft called nomads, for we wander between this world and the many other realms with which we are connected. I am no exception, and my experiences in these other worlds will doubtless be of aid to you on your adventure. 'Tis my privilege to accompany you as your loyal pawn, and I will gladly use the knowledge I gain to guide you.
Well, I'll be. A pawn summoning before my very eyes. You truly are the Arisen, then. Strange. I thought the Arisen was in the capital. Surely there's only meant to be one Arisen. Fine. This is all beyond my ken. The Watchhead would know what to do, I'm sure. Though, as luck would have it, he's away.
Of course.
I suppose we'll save any further questions till the Watchhead returns. You're free to do as you like afore then. What? You've no memories, you say?
Nope, not a one.
Mayhap you could make for Melve, then. 'Twas set upon by the dragon not long ago. The Arisen is said to bear some deep connection to the dragon. Should you be Arisen, mayhap you'll recall aught of import there.
Sounds like a pretty good place to start out. If there was a dragon involved, usually the dragon comes and steals your heart. So in the character creation, you can see a big cut in the chest, and that's from the dragon stealing your heart. So by touching a Riftstone, the Arisen can travel to the bridge atwixt worlds, which a great many pawns traverse as they journey beyond the rift. This allows the Arisen to summon pawns who meet their specified preferences. These pawns will not level up while they are accompanying you, however, so you may find that you will need to hire new support pawns at regular intervals. This was a big thing in the first Dragon's Dogma. I found I was always trying to get new pawns, and it sucks because at the beginning of the game, you level up relatively quickly. So like right now, you'd pick up 2 pawns, and they're going to be level 2, maybe level 3 or something like that. And then they'd become useless to you after just a couple of little adventures. And I don't know what exactly happened, but in this game, I found that the pawns are much more capable, and they go much further. So I think I made it all the way up to like level 10 or 12 or something like that, which doesn't take that long. But I was using pawns that were level 2s and 3s still, because they were still holding their own. That might change if you're using pawns as like a buffer, like if you're a mage or an archer and you've got all pawns like fighters when they're in the fight all the time. I'm not too sure, but in my experience, the pawns are definitely more capable than they were in the first one. So...
Hail, Arisen. Pray, ask aught you wish to know. I shall answer, if 'tis within my power to do so.
Tell me of pawns, ripstones, and of the Arisen. Another
well.
time, I'm good.
May fortune speed you on your way, Arisen.
Thank you. So, you can use those RC points that we just collected to hire higher level pawns than you. It does cost a little bit of money, so I might just go for something like that because I've got a lot. As you can see here, I've got like 1,600 RC points. So, we'll just... yeah, I might just hire... You know, it'd be actually kind of cool to hire Rook up because you have to look for him specifically in order to hire him. He doesn't just pop up randomly. So, but I do always like to go by this this kind of like personal rule that I've set out, and I try to only hire pawns that come to me. So that was kind of a thing in Dragon's Dogma. They'll wander up towards you, and then they'll tell you a bit about themselves, and then you can decide if you want to hire them or not. So I kind of like that aspect, so sometimes I just like to play and I'll just wait until I run into... Because what I am going to want right now is a mage and another fighter. I could possibly go for maybe a thief just for one of everything. I do like to have 2 fighters, an archer, and a mage.
Serve us well in battle.
Yeah, 2 fighters, an archer, and a mage. That seems to be one of the better combos in my opinion. I swap out the fighter for the warrior sometimes, which was just they use a 2-handed weapon instead of the sword and shield from the first one. So we got some ripened harspice, we got Scrag of Beast over here, got some more foods. Just gonna kind of look around the camp here. So we've got no money and stuff, and obviously we've got no armor and all that. So if we could gather up a little bit of money, we picked up that 500 gold back there. So if we can get together some money and stuff, might be able to pick up a little bit of gear. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to or not, because you don't really need the armor this early in the game, and then by the time you get to your first city, it's kind of... It almost feels kind of like a waste.
Going out, are you? You sure that's a good idea? You seem rather unwell.
Well, that's just
you ought
rude.
at least rest for the evening. There should be a spare bed in the lodgings yonder. Only don't go rushing off before you're ready. Take it from me. You're better off resting while you have the chance.
I have no reason to take it from you. I don't know you. And I am the Arisen. I don't need rest. But you're gonna make me. Is there anything in here? Oh yes, there is a chest in here. Alright. I think that's kind of all the big stuff. You can grab some ores over here if you want to sell that for a little bit of extra money. But I'm not going to do that. I'm good. I'm going to go rest at the tavern or lodge because they won't let you leave without it. Maybe spare lantern oil. That would be nice.
Hoy there. You seem well tired. Tell you what, you can stay here tonight free of charge. I'll expect coin from tomorrow, mind. My
Okay.
pa always used to say, there's naught a good night's sleep can't fix. Not much else I can offer, I'm afraid, but you'll find all sorts at a finer inn. Aye, being armed is better than being defenseless, even if you're untrained. Still, 'tis worth devoting yourself to a vocation if you can. Opens up new doors, it does. You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard feelings if you prefer it. They've much more to offer.
Yeah, so resting at inns fully restores party's health and stamina, recovers the lost gauge, which I was talking about with the health. Yeah. And then you can rest till morning or night. So there we go. So our first
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
Yeah, well, no one will let me do anything. I got no choice, man. I don't want to rest either. Alright, one or more add-ons required. Added items sent to item storage. That's all well and done. There we go. Look at that, level 2. Yeah, see, he'd be a warrior vocation. Look at that sword. That thing looks mean. Alright, so supposed to make for Melf.
Hail! You a soldier? Twould be a surprise to see you arrive in one piece, if not. Hordes of monsters have been plaguing this area of late, you see. We've had to start sending out new recruits to cull them.
Is that so? Who went yonder?
Lachlan. But I dare say he'll fare all right.
Aye, I expect he will. Who was sent out that way, then?
Ricardo. To be honest, sir, I'm a little worried for him.
What? Weren't harpies reported in that area? The lad can't handle those beasts on his own.
Harpies.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Fie! I want to go to his aid, but we can't just abandon our posts. Say, you seem stout of heart. Would you be willing to go in our stead? 'Tisn't far, only a short ways out from the main gate.
'Tisn't far? Yeah, of course not.
You've
Of course
my
I'll
thanks.
help. I'm
and Ricardo's as
awesome
well,
that
I'm
way.
sure.
Alright, setting priority quests. Pretty straightforward. Warning regarding quest progression. Some quests affected by the passage of time and will progress even without the Arisen's involvement. So that's kind of trying to just tell you, don't just take quests, because I know like that happens a lot in these games. You'll just take up a mountain of quests, right? And then you'll just do them whenever you can. Dragon's Dogma can be a little bit punishing that way. If you wait too long to go take a quest and you do too many important ones, you can lose them. And if you take them on too early, you miss the chance at, you know, doing them later and stuff. So
let us make haste.
Kind of a cool,
life may...
kind of a cool way of doing it, in my opinion. So here we are. We're gonna set this as a priority. Orders of a new recruit.
He lost on our account.
I agree, man. Let's go. Open the door. Alright. The map, yada yada yada. Oh. Fire means goblin. Pawn commands. 4 commands that the Arisen can use to direct their pawns according to circumstances. So the best way to get a feel for each command, just use them. So go, you can direct them to do go, and they'll go towards combat. To me, makes them come to you, because sometimes they wander off on their own to do heavens know what. Wait makes them wait, and then help. Prioritizing help and healing.
Here we go again.
Any more? Any more goblins? Really? Only one? What are you doing out here all by your lonesome? What's this? Oh, it's already dead. Interesting. Someone came and killed it.
Let me get that.
Oh, there was 3 of them here. And they're all dead already, apparently. Interesting. I wonder who killed them. Alright. Let's carry on. Oh. Oh, that was just a plant. It looked purple.
Common reward. Frustratingly so.
Get out of here, goblin. Oh, there's another one. And another one. Kick him. Could have used it. Oh, that was awesome. Good job, Austin. You're a beast. Total beast. Just clobbered this goblin in the head with a rock. I love it. Don't even use the sword you've got. Just nature is your weapon. That's how you know you've got a good fighter, you guys. Just uses nature as his own. I told you. Reincarnation of my friend right here.
We are to retreat then.
No, we're not to retreat. Do you see any more goblins? I don't see any. If you see any, by all means, let me know. I will gladly kill some with you. But I feel like the game just glitched out a little bit. Like there are no goblins here, see? Oh, a chest though. Let's open that. Copper ores. Oh, you're just... Oh, it's sleeping! I see. Sorry, man, I totally stole your kill. But that's okay,
I
you did
knew that
awesome.
I could count upon your strength, Arisen.
Ah, yeah. I love that about this game. Just a little fist bump together. Just, yeah, we did it. We're awesome. Yeah. Alright. Oh, there we go. We got some harpies. You with me, Austin? Come on, man. We gotta hurry and save. Oh,
Putting
man,
that aside,
song.
We've not counted a thief among our number for some time.
Yeah. Nasty, nasty flyers, man. I am not fond of them and their garbage. That's right. Get down here. This is why the archer is so important. I have. Ooh, check it out, check it out, check it out, and high fives. Yeah, we did it.
We trounced our foe well and true.
We did pretty well, eh?
Is that all of them?
That looks like it.
Yeah. You have my thanks. I do not believe for a moment I could have slain those creatures without your help.
Yeah, you look like you were struggling. Look at the little bunny just hanging out with us.
I've only just enlisted, and when I thought this could be the end of me, I was paralyzed.
Harpies are pretty brutal, I will be honest.
You saved me this time, but I won't always be so fortunate. I'll have to train harder, till I have the confidence to face such beasts on my own.
That is a great plan.
Well, I'd best be heading back, but I'll be sure to let my superiors know of your good deed. I hope we meet again someday.
Awesome.
Making our report ought to be our next priority.
It will be. It will be our new priority. You are very correct. So yeah, that's why the archer is such an important class to have with you. Because yes, the mages and the sorcerers can hit the flying enemies as well. But I find they're just not quite as effective. So it is nice.
Place to harvest some ingredients.
It is really nice to have that. So we'll head back to camp and turn in this quest. We've already slaughtered all the monsters here, so... Alright, back at base camp.
Many thanks for aiding Ricardo. 'Twas a relief to see him return, and none the worse for wear.
Aye, that it was. The poor sod might not have made it back alive had you not intervened.
'Twas a bit too early for him to be seeing actual combat. That much was made well clear. We'll be extending his training period. The instructors here are well known for whipping recruits into shape with their grueling regimes.
Speaking of training regimes, I must admit I've half a mind to ask you to join us. We could use someone with your experience.
I got bigger things to do, sorry guys.
We have succeeded in defending our charge. A sign of good things to come, mayhap.
Alright, so I'm gonna move some of these items around so that way the load can be a little bit better dispersed. You can see I'm pretty full and Austin over here's got nothing. Alright. It's a little bit more even. He's a little bit heavier than me. So before we head over to Melve, I want to make sure that we've got lots of healing items because we haven't picked up a mage yet. Yes, I could go pick up a mage, but like I said, I like to do that whole...
This is generally used as a material.
Wait for one to approach you. I mean, it would be cool to just hire a rook, but I like to wait and see what pawns choose me. And I think you have a better chance of picking up someone's pawn, and I like using other people's pawns and sending items their way when I'm done with the pawn and stuff like that. So we're going to head to the back here, and we're going to check out all the stuff that we obviously missed when we first came in. And, get some good healing out of it. If you scavenge this area pretty good, you can come out with some pretty good healing items. You can see some more blueberries here. You can eat the blueberries on their own to heal, but it is definitely best mixed with the green warish for sure. Ah, here it is. This is where we want to be. Getting some nice healing stuff up here. Alright, so that about cleans up all the stuff that I was able to find here. You can see this scrag's already gone bad, apparently, so we're just going to straight up discard that. If it has a use, I don't know what it is yet. So you can see we've got actually a pretty good healthy supply here. So you can take our fruits and we can combine them to create potions. So all we can do is mix it with the green war share. Get ourselves 5 there. And we can get ourselves 2 more. And then 3 more. You can mix lantern oil with these branches here to make some tearing arrows. But I like to have at least 1 lantern oil on each character, so that way if you ever run out, you always have. So the last thing to do is to distribute our health potions between Austin and I. So we'll give him, I've got 11, so we'll give him 6, and that'll leave me with 5. I've got 5, he's got 5, yeah. And I'll give him all the blueberries as well. He's the fighter, so he's going to be up front all the time. So I think he needs it. I'm going to give him the... Oh, he's heavy now. I was giving him this because it recovers stamina, and as a fighter, he might need it a little bit more than I do. There we go. We're a little bit more even again. So, alright. Time to carry on. Onward to Melve. I'll head back to the village and... Well, back to where we kind of saved that... Oh, another one. Back to where we saved that guy, and then we'll carry on from there. You guys don't need to see me walk all the way back. There's a lot of walking in this game. Alright, so we're back on the main trail here. So this is where we kind of came around the corner. There was that goblin just up here. So I'm actually going to make a quick little U-turn here, because you can come down. Sometimes there's enemies down here, but sometimes it kind of just depends on how much you've killed and how much other people have kind of killed. But I do know that there's a chest over here. This game is pretty rewarding for if you do wander a little bit. So as I said, there is a lot of walking in this game, but I feel it balances out. As long as you stay on new paths and stuff, you get a lot of fights. And I believe monsters respawn every day. So as long as you don't walk the same path twice in one day, like we're kind of doing right now, you aren't really gonna be bored. In fact, sometimes you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be begging. You're like, oh my goodness, can you guys please stop sending me monsters? You're a thief. I don't really want a thief in my party. But thanks for the offer. But yeah, sometimes you're just literally begging. You're like, oh man, I could really use a break. And speaking of like that whole break thing, you can see my health bar down there. You can see how much of it is gone, which hasn't healed because we have no mage. But if you really look, which is obviously harder to do, but you can see that there's like a light gray in the bar, and that's the replenishable health. So if I took a health potion right now, my health would go up to that, but you can see right at the end there's a little bit that won't heal, and that's just from the wear and tear that your character kind of takes. Ooh, we got goblins. And harpies. Get him, Austin! You can do something awesome? No? Alright, I'll finish her. Another goblin. Nice. There we go. Little fist bump to himself. Well, yeah, I knew I could do it. It's only a goblin, man. Don't get too big for your britches just yet. Big packs of goblins can be rather terrifying sometimes. They catch you from all angles when you're the fighter and you're in the fray. So, yeah, look at this. Look at the way the forest looks. Like, how good does that look, right? It's kind of disappointing that you can't do first person. Leave Austin alone! What do you got going on over here? I'll help you. Ooh, that's a big one. Oh, ooh, Austin, I need help.
Cold reinforcements. It seems they mean to match our might through strength of numbers. The Arisen has been trained.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna use... Oh my goodness. Oof, that was rough. Good job, man. Good job.
Hard one.
That was kind of hard one. Those goblins, they really kind of caught me off guard. It is crazy how fast you can go from full health to almost nothing. This is, like I said, the combat can be really punishing in this game. Hey, you look like a mage.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around.
Oh yeah. Alright, so we've got Alfonso here, level 4. He's got 5 thumbs up. He's got quest guides. He's got no pawn quest or anything. So he's pretty good. It's not going to cost me any RC to actually hire him. He's actually got some pawn badges, so he's been utilized. So you know what? Yeah.
I hope I can count on you in a scrape.
Specializations. Oh, so he's got a specialization I forgot to check for. So it allows him to act a little bit more independently, so...
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Ooh, no harm in frame drop here.
If you seek to restore your memories, Master, methinks a trip to Meld might be just...
Yeah, there you go. Let's get my health all
I can
the way
guide
back
you there
up.
if you wish.
That's much
We have our
better.
gratitude. Lead the way.
I know this game can be incredibly punishing on like a graphics card for a computer and stuff, and I don't have the top of the line, so
Over here.
it should correct itself. Ooh, big drop. Shouldn't have jumped. So many healing items. Well, we picked up our first companion, so that's kind of nice. I actually have a companion to work with now. There's a pathway over here. I don't know if I want to take it yet, though. Oh, you
Do
see.
watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Oh, don't mind me. These things happen.
I love that the pawns converse a little bit more than in the first one, which I think is really awesome. We got another mage here. We don't need a second mage. So it looks like, yeah, that pathway probably just led all the way around. So yeah, that's kind of cool. These pawns, when they've already done the quest, they have knowledge of it.
This way, if you please, Master.
With the specific specializations, they can act and they'll lead for you, which is kind of nice sometimes. So, nice. Golden Trove Beetle. Very essential item in this game because you need it. And it will increase your carry weight. And carry weight is incredibly important. So, alright.
Could you come over here?
I could, but then I'd be missing all this good stuff, bro. Sometimes they can get a little annoying with that, as they really want you to follow them, and you're like, hey, I'm kind of trying to scout here. Kanemi's already in the village. Tired of waiting for us. Man, Melv took a beating from that dragon.
Behold the state of the village. 'Tis a sorry sight indeed. The dragon truly is calamity incarnate.
I
Mayhap a
definitely
walk through the
agree.
streets would help jog your...
Pitiable Arisen.
That sounds like the dragon. I think they even use the same Like, the dragon has the same voice from the first one, so I think that's really cool. Because in the first one, when you watch the beginning of the game, it looks like the dragon is reborn almost. And they talk about like a whole nother life and another world or something like that. So
now,
is it always the same dragon then?
Hast thou forgotten thy destiny, thy charge?
Yes, I have. That is kind of the problem.
That is most unfortunate. But it doth not release thee from thy fate.
You sure? My aching heart that I don't have. Hey, the girl that shot us out of the sky. We are not having a good time. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. That looks so good, menacing. Oh, I guess I'm a soldier now? I'm a soldier. Charge the dragon. Oh, that look at the way. Oh my. Look at the way his stomach and neck light up. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's so evil looking. Ah, charge!
Watch out!
Oh my goodness, he's gonna stomp me flat, man. Yeah. Attack his little hand. Stab! Stab! Oh my god! Oh yeah, so I've grabbed on. There we go. Oh, let me off. Oh my goodness. I got like stuck on his toe there or something. That was weird. Oh man, look at him. Oh, we were at the battle together. Oh, the dragon looks so good. And looks exactly like it did in the first one. I love that. Just absolutely pointless attack. Get out of here! Oh, we're crispy. Oh, we are very crispy. Oh, here it comes.
From this moment forth, thou art arisen. Charge and all.
Oh my goodness. Such a cool moment. And so good looking. I wonder how the dragon chooses the Arisen. I don't remember.
Can you hear me, sir? Sir, stay with me. Thank goodness. How are you feeling?
Like I got hit by a truck or
This is
skewered
the
by a
second
dragon.
time I've watched over you like this.
isn't it?
Is it really? The second time, you say? Well, you have my
Pray,
thanks.
save your thanks. 'Tis only just that I should aid you in turn.
Oh?
After all, 'tis only by your courage that I live today. Had you not leapt between me and that dragon,
I'm surprised the dragon just kind of wandered away from her.
I know you suffered for it. Such ghastly wounds. And I could not hear your heart beating. It was a miracle that you survived.
Yeah, that's the Arisen. I remember nothing, or I seem to have become the Arisen, so... Well, I mean, we know enough that we seem to have become the Arisen, so yeah.
Arisen? I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning.
Do you not know what the Arisen is?
Does it have aught to do with why you were taken to the castle?
I was taken to the castle? I don't know.
They said 'twas so that your wounds could be treated. Though I fear you have no memory of this either.
Unfortunately, no.
I am of the Border Watch. Someone with Arisen-like abilities came to this village, horn in tongue. Know you aught of this?
Has he come for you? We are to part so soon, then. Mayhap you will visit me again someday.
Maybe.
Till then, take care. Arisen.
Bandage me up and I'm out the door.
Ah, excellent. You must be the one. You match my soldier's description. I'm glad I found you. The ruler of Vermund, currently convalescing in the capital, became Arisen here in this very village. If you claim the same, then word must be borne to the capital. I dispatched a missive before coming here, though I doubt the matter can be settled without your presence. Would you be willing to accompany me to the capital? If you truly are Arisen, you will be received with open arms. Oh, but forgive me. I scattered my soldiers in a bid to find you. I would not depart without them. We shall have to wait till they are reassembled. Come to think of it, Sir Leonard was asking after you as well. Mayhap now would be a good time to speak with him. Last I saw, he was having a drink at the inn.
Alright, sounds
Who
good.
might have the answers we need? Shall we ask around?
Ah, I guess that's the plan. Really wish the frames would kind of catch up and balance out. It's got that kind of grainy feeling to it still. It's interesting because I think the recommendations like on Steam say you only need like a 2060 graphics card, so the fact that I've seen people with like the 4090 and stuff and it still suffers just a little bit, only in the big dense areas, but like by that standard I should be even overkill, right? So it's interesting that this game can be pretty punishing on graphics cards, it seems. Maybe punishing isn't the right word, but... So I found a new bow up there. I have a fluted bow. That's a fluted bow. It's the exact same bow that I've already got, so it's not going to be better. Yeah, there we go. That was a little bit of drop right there. We got another Riftstone here.
What's to be done about this?
Alright. Oh.
Have you some business with
Hello.
the apothecary, sir? Dreadful sorry if I was in your way. Oh, no, I'm not lost or naught, sir. You needn't worry yourself on my account. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. My family runs a little shop in Vernworth. So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, I thought I'd come and fetch some for us. Made the journey all by myself as well, if you can believe it. But, well, as luck would have it, I've not enough gold for the medicine. 'Twill be a shame to return empty-handed after coming all this way. But what more can I do?
Alright, so we're looking for a specific thing. I could say nothing, or we could offer our aid. Why not?
You do that? you'd get the medicine for me.
Sure, why not?
Suppose there's no harm in that. If you're really sure. Oh, sir, I'd be most grateful. Seems my luck's not as rotten as I thought. I'll wait right here for your return, sir. And many thanks for your kindness.
Yeah, no worries. I like being
We could make the
helpful.
fruit roberant ourselves, or simply purchase some at Rune's apothecary here in Melve.
So we're looking for fruit Oberon.
Now I understand.
Alright, got some more green wash.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit roberant, are we?
I am actually. How did you know? Oh, he sells weapons as well. So we've got, so this is what we're after. We're after the fruit. We do have $4,000, so I think I'm gonna just buy up all his droughts as well. Iron Sword. He does, so he has a better version of my bow. So I could pick up a new bow. I could attempt to maybe pick up some armor here as well, actually. So I can do the chainmail, or I could do the Deepwood jacket. Some land walkers, some napped leather boots, soft and a hide cape, and then some rings, which are expensive. And then that's for a mage. So if I get... Alright, so we're going to pick up all the health potions, the fruit, and I did pick up some pants. So we're not going to worry about that just yet. We are going to sell some stuff, though, because we do have a lot to sell. So I never use these staminas. So I'm going to get rid of those and those. And that. So those three can go for sure. I never use these. It's a spell. You know what? I'm just going to get rid of pretty much everything, because you can always get more later. And I do have that spare bow. Check out Austin's inventory. Do the same thing. I like to keep, obviously, healing items. I usually keep all these herbs because they have potential for stuff. So there we go. That's going to make us another 3 grand. Perfect. And that will allow me to buy some new armor. Alright, so we did pick up some new armor here. So we can rock some pants. And I picked up the chainmail. It's got better defense. And I think it looks pretty sick, let's be honest. So there we go. We've got the quest there. It's the same armor that Austin's got. So I'm just going to quickly get rid of my miner's clothes, and then we can get out of here. Never mind, we actually do have different armor. His is the foot soldier armor, and mine is the chainmail. So they are actually a little bit different. So.
Hello again, sir.
Hello.
So, have you brought some fruit roberant for me?
I did. Here you are.
Oh, so this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir. I haven't much
worries.
to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper like, I'll bet.
Uh-huh. There's
Awesome.
something written here.
Shall we take a closer look?
Oh, you're talking about this. Don't stumble around in the dark. Outfit yourself with one of our finest lanterns. But mind how far you stray away from home at night, lest beasts be dawn to the glow of your hip like moths to a flame. Good to know. So there we go. We did our mission here, and we actually got a ring, which will be super beneficial. The Ring of Exaltation. A ring imbued with the power to slightly boost our maximum health. So yes, we will wear that. That's exactly what we need. A little bit more health. Alright, now let's go see our inn over here.
Well met. You're the one who saved Ulrika's life, aren't you?
I'm assuming Ulrika is the girl with the bow, then?
She told me all about it. It was a very brave thing you did.
I forgot to look at her name, my bad.
I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Here, consider this a small token of my gratitude. Now, tell me, are you registered with a guild?
No.
Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you access to specialized training, which comes in very useful when pursuing a vocation. Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with the innkeeper to register. Go on, 'twill only take a moment. If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, mayhap I can advise you.
Yeah, so this is where we can learn about the other vocations and about switching them. It's kind of weird because all you can do is ask about stuff, and even though you click on everything, nothing really happens. So you have to decline the offer regardless.
Very well. There is no wrong choice in any case. It is entirely up to you which vocation you adopt. But I shan't take up any more of your time. Pray, be well.
Alright, Maesters? Maesters teaching. Most powerful skill that can be acquired by each vocation. Learning a teaching requires the use of a special tome, which you will receive if you impress the vocation maester with your abilities. The true potential of the skill can only be realized by those the vocation rank is high enough. I don't think that was a part of the first one, the first Dragon's Dogma, so that's super cool to be able to get that. So for me, I have to find an archer, and this guy would be the one for a fighter, I'm assuming.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Yeah, so here we go. We can rest, obviously. We can organize our storage, and this is the Vocations Guild. So you can change your vocation here. And you can see it's actually only 100 development points to change vocation, so you can... It's pretty easy, and development points come from defeating monsters. 100 is nothing to get worried about, right? So super easy to get into a new vocation if you want to just change it up. Even, we could almost do a different vocation almost per, you know, episode if we were feeling, you know, that way. So here we can go into our weapon skills. You can see we've got Barrage Shot. You get a little video here. They've got the Sweep Shot, so you can hit multiple enemies at once. The Dire Arrow, which is super cool, super powerful. Keen Sight, which you can zoom in. And finally the Exploding Shot. This is an important thing with the Archer, though. If you want to use the Exploding Shot, you actually have to carry the proper arrows with you. So if you don't plan on carrying arrows, like I almost never carry the special arrows myself, it's almost not worth it. I really love Dire Shot. I'm 100% getting that, and I'm equipping it right now. Definitely. So we got a couple of core skills here. The Leaping Punt delivers a kick that forces foes off balance. Press while performing a running jump. Kind of cool. Parting Shot, which is cool. You basically do the same thing, only you hit X, and then you can shoot. So that's actually kind of a cool ability that I started using when I last got into it. So we've only got 300 left, so we got to be careful. And this increases damage dealt to the attacks when your target is not in the battle stance. And this is what I was talking about. These abilities here can transfer between your vocations. So like if I switch to a fighter, I can still use this ability if I want. And I think it's going to be really important because they usually get the first shot off, and I can catch goblins and stuff off guard. So I think that's going to be important for me. So there we go. That's our development, and we can do the exact same thing for Austin. And these are the kind of cool skills. So he's got Blink Strike, which is just run and then full-on stab. Super cool. That's so nice for just getting back and forth between enemies. Airward Slash is pretty cool. I love being able to jump and then take down, but it doesn't, like, you don't get that much height all the time, so it looks like effective, but it's a little hit and miss. Shield Bash is pretty awesome, and then finally Shield Summons, which is really good for fighters, because it can take the threat off of me. True Deflect, I think, is something, it's a good parrying ability. The Tusk Toss, which is super awesome. You actually see the soldier use it in our first fight with the goblins, and I hit the goblin in the air. This was the move he used, so that's a super good one. And finally, his augment is metal, so increases physical defense. I'm 100% going to give him that one. I didn't realize it was that expensive. I should have paid a little bit more attention. I was hoping to get possibly True Deflect and Tusk Toss. And then Airward Slash would have been nice. Shield. So yeah, we just need to we need to level up.
Pleasure.
We need to level up. So we can explore the town a little bit and see about getting more items.
'Tis no more or less than what one might have expected.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The Watchhead's waiting for you.
That's
Say we
nice.
gather some information.
Oh, he's leaving now. Got a little bit confused where he was going. Can sit and wait for time. Some quests.
Mayhap 'tis time I went looking. Is that you, Norbert?
No, I'm not Norbert.
Oh, fie. I got my hopes up for naught. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother?
I think so.
Brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no sign of him since. I'd go and search for him myself, only... it is a dangerous place. Understand? I'm not afraid of monsters, but it would hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir. I worry for my brother.
You know what? I'm down.
Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't know my brother and I are the only ones who use that path, to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go then. My life's in your hands, friend.
We ought not to dawdle
Alright,
when our aid
sounds
is sorely
good.
needed.
We'll set that as our priority quest, and let's head out and find Norbert, Buddy's brother here. I'm glad he decides to come with you. I like how he says mind's eye, like, you know, I can picture it in my head, right? But mind's eye, such a cooler way of saying it. So, oh, there's the Watchhead.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have
Oh, God.
questions for you.
I'm kind of busy.
First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare?
Time to prepare, please.
Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
And we're off. Sorry, I got important things to do.
Different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Each to their own.
See, this is just a light jog, basically, back the way we came. So once we get onto the new path, you know, there's a chance of monsters and stuff again. Like I said, lots of walking.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Alright, so this is the path here that we were talking about going possibly around. So it looks like we're actually getting into slightly different territory now. So that's nice. We should be seeing some new creatures pretty soon then. No? I think it's really pretty.
This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment.
Oh?
I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us.
A decent spot to make camp. Assuming there are no monsters about.
The sun
Yes.
is yet to set. We could rest here now, or press on a while longer.
So yeah, this is kind of an introduction to the camping aspect of the game. So you can pick up your camp. It is so heavy. And I am immediately going to give it to Austin. I'm sorry, you are now my pack mule. And it will make him of average heaviness, which is unfortunate. Basically, no matter what you do, because it's 7 kilograms. So when you've got it, it's just kind of whoever. So we can come, we can make a little camp here, so you can rest and all that. And the camping kits are reusable, so it's just, you know, whoever holds onto it. So I really like this aspect of the game. It's really cool. It's like, oh, you know, it's been a hard journey. Let's all sit around the campfire and have a good time. And then you can have, when you've got the Scrag of Beast or the Beast Steaks and stuff, you can actually cook it and then you get your effects. So this will increase our strength, our defense, and our stamina. So let's have ourselves a little meal here. And look at that. Oh my goodness. I love this little aspect of the game. It's just so cool to see. And it looks so good. Then you remember
Food is
that
the
comes
fuel of
from,
any
like, a
adventure.
monster.
I quite agree. Fare such as this makes our travails seem like trifles.
Well, there we go. We've had a nice meal. So let's break camp. I don't know if there's another way to break camp other than just walking away. So, we've had a nice meal. Let's carry on now. Oh, we got a lot of goblins.
We are
up
none of
ahead.
us
Oh my
alike.
goodness.
Goblins approach! We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
There we go. And we've got high
I'm a knack for
fives.
gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy.
Okay, so this is what we've been looking for. So we've got Nestor here. We have been looking for a new fighter, so they have a actual pawn quest, which we can get 750 gold for, and all we need is the Harspud Reboritin. So that's something you can make. We can look at the pawn details here. Blink Strike, Onslaught, Impale, Defend, and Deflect. Some nice. Has pawn badge, traits, inclination, no specializations on this one. So, and this one will be a free hire, so...
Let us work together to honor the Arisen's trust.
Nice. Pawn quest, so... Oh, a little bit of frame drop there again. But yeah, there we go. We've got our full party here. Alright, let's carry on. So, it happens pretty quickly. You do pick up new pawns and stuff relatively quickly, I find. So that's why I wasn't too worried about getting one right away. As you can see, it went relatively well. Destructible bridges. We got some apples
Materials
over here.
such as this can be combined to craft things.
No way. I had no idea.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Ooh, another beetle. Another beetle. Very useful. Nice. There we go. Alright. Sorry. Oh. What's going on down there? Alfonso, what are you doing over there, buddy? Come on.
'Tis about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master?
Yeah, but we're waiting for Alfonso. He's just hanging out, apparently, over on the cliff for some stupid reason. Sometimes, man, I tell you, these pawns drive me a little bonkers. They get so lost. And I don't understand. Get over here.
What is the meaning of this, Arisen?
Well, you won't come. So now we're coming. Come on. Silly. Alright. What's the meaning of this, he says. Maybe you should stick with the group. Looks like we're almost there.
Can anyone hear me? Please, I need help.
It's okay, Norbert. We're here.
Hurting yet?
Fine display of
Oh.
skill.
I can do no less in service to the Arisen.
I like that.
Oh my goodness. You guys. There's wolves over here. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got another one up there.
That's it.
Nice.
I'd thought I was done for.
You might have been. That was quite a few wolves.
It was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, I... Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Aye, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
Let us proceed with caution, keeping an eye on our charge at all times.
Alright, so there we go. We've collected Norbert. He is safe from harm. And now it's just going to be a really basic walk back to the village. So check these wolves quickly for... There we go. More scraggy beast and stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys back at Melve. And here we are, back at Melve. It was a pretty easy journey home because we killed everything
Back
already.
at last. That was an ordeal.
Not bad, eh?
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert, and perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
He was rather hard on himself, methinks. He saved his brother just as much as we did.
I agree. He came, he helped out, things went pretty well. So, alright.
Sir Gregor wants a word, eh? Hardly surprising.
Make haste then. We must leave anon.
No, I
Very
still
well.
need time.
Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
Okay, there is one more thing I want to take care of before we depart, and I know that you can pick up another mission over here. It's just kind of a cool little quick
Hail,
one.
if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding. A task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help?
Yeah.
Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A Basque of Saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away.
Saurians.
I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the Saurians scattering.
It's, I gotta say, it's kind of... It'd be a bit of a relief to not have to actually fight them. Saurians can be real nasty if you were
Here at
unfamiliar
last.
with fighting them. Because they're lizard people. They have hard lizard skin. So melee weapons and stuff do very little damage. So look at those guys. Hello. So I want to throw. There we go. Alright. Goodbye, Saurians.
Hereabouts.
Look at
No
that.
harm in picking a few.
Very nice. Yeah, Saurians can be real nasty to fight. There's actually a trick to it, which I learned in the first game, so that benefits me pretty greatly, to be honest. You gotta get behind them, and you gotta take their tails. Once you take their tails off, they are so much easier to deal with. I'm not too sure why, because it makes them just
Well, that
easier to
appears
hit
to
in
have sent
general,
some of the beasts
but
reeling, at least.
that's how it is.
To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the Saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear?
I'm an archer, man.
You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the Saurian's nest, and your task is done.
I'm an archer. I'm always
Single jar
true.
of poison ought to send those Saurians packing. Only do be mindful not to spill any on yourself, Master.
That is a good point. And a big old jar of poison. As I knock it right over, right there. Look at that. Oh, it's such a big jar. Look how manly we are. Alright, here we go. Alright, don't fall in the water, you guys. There's brine there. Poison away!
Expertly thrown, Master.
Thank you.
I'd wait till those Saurians will think twice about nesting here again.
Yeah, I think
It was a
that
pleasure to
is-
recount such good tidings.
And there we go. And
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
That's that then.
And that is us making
A
our
resounding success.
An
progress
achievement to be
towards
proud of.
impressing him,
What will our
which
next adventure
would
have in store
help
for
us
us?
learn the masterful skill. So, in the meantime, that will do it for this episode, you guys. So, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do really love this game, and I can't wait to get more into the meat of it. This is still very early, obviously. But, yeah, can't wait to go on this adventure with you guys. So, thanks again. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.